Hello all YouTubers, I am the Weather Dude. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning back into this presentation for June 13th, 2019. As always, please don't forget to ring the bell notifications and also subscribe, never miss one of my videos again. And please look in the description for other videos of mine with superior weather content that you won't find anywhere else. And don't forget to watch the whole video because this video is my 8th 2019 Atlantic hurricane season outlook that I've done since like back in March. I think I did my first one, March or April. I'm sorry if the past 7 to 10 days I had this non-stop cough and cold, been taking medications and all that, so that's why the last couple of videos that I did do about the the Indian cyclone and the hypothetical and all those videos were silent videos. But we're back in business. The Weather Dude's channel doesn't end because of sickness. I am back in business today. So what the hurricane season depends off of, like, there's many factors that go into the hurricane season, and one of them is sea surface temperatures. Now, real quick, okay, cyclone Vayu is right around here. It's what you would call in America, you would call it about a Category 2 hurricane, but they call it cyclones over there. But it's got about 105 mile-an-hour winds. It's feeding off some warmer than average waters, so. But the wind shear is pretty high. Okay, but very dangerous stuff. Northwestern Indian coast as well as Pakistan getting hit by several inches of rain, and also some high winds and storm surge. Anyway, so back closer to home, Western Atlantic is really, the sea surface temperature anomalies are really above average, as well as the Western Gulf and the Bay of Campeche. There in like around the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. But we are in an El Nino pattern, right? That I'm not denying. But just look how we're starting to see some blues kind of really take their shape here in this El Nino region. I mean, like, you got some a lot of oranges and reds here and a couple blue spots. You got your all orange and red out here. Then right now, Nino 3-4 region, you have your area of blues. That is a sign that the Nino 3-4 region is starting to weaken a little bit. And if it continues to weaken, and we will see. So basically, the lower the anomalies here, the lower the anomalies in the Nino 3-4 region, the less the wind shear. It's going to be less wind shear of like a neutral pattern as opposed to an El Nino pattern. So something to watch there. But sea surface temperature anomalies right off the coast of eastern Florida, maybe a little bit cooler for now, but that'll change. And you see the Western Atlantic very warm here. Again, Bay, Campeche, Western Gulf of Mexico, South Alabama, really above average, so we're really heating it up over there. But in the Caribbean, kind of cooling down, and it's been cool for a pretty long time, so we'll see how that goes there. But as of right now, the Atlantic is pretty warm. But the anomaly 7-day changes have been like terribly just like down. Eastern seaboard, like anywhere basically from the Texas coast to the Florida coast, back up to the Jersey coast. So basically from here to here to here, it's just been cold, cooling down. But that doesn't mean we're cold. That doesn't mean the anomalies are low. This is how it's been changing over the past week. So, but the Caribbean is starting to go in a little bit of a warming trend as well. And as for the actual sea surface temperatures, here we go. So, I mean, for June, I'm surprised to see how many areas have already hit 29 to 30 degrees Celsius across the Atlantic. Again, Western Gulf of Mexico, Bay of Campeche. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But southern coast of Cuba here. The islands here, a little off the coast of Florida. Miami, Homestead, Mobile, Alabama. Even Houston started to hit 30 degrees Celsius as well. So, not near 90, but it's like the mid to upper 80s, kind of, sort of. And you can see over there on the western Mexican coast, getting closer to 86 or 88 too. So, it's warming up. So, here's the Nino 3-4 index. We had a big drop down recently, right around like mid-May, like the third week of May. We actually dropped below 0.5 degrees Celsius. Then before that, we had a big spike up to about 1 degree Celsius, but before that it was just up and down. But so right around like the beginning of May, first week of May, we had a big peak to 1 degree Celsius. Then the third week of May, we had like dropped to near like neutral status, and now we fired back up late May, very early June. We fired back up, and now we're going down again, which is why you start to see those blues on the map there. And we might actually have a little tropical system that might form off the coast of eastern Florida. It's not on the National Hurricane Center right now because if it does form, it's going to form about maybe 6 days from now, 6 or 7 days, more like 6 days from now. So, but this only goes out 5 days, so that's why it's not on here yet. But let's track it on the MSLP and P watt. So basically, it's just a moisture content, so to speak. And we'll see if this high pressure can stay here, because the system's going to form. If it does, it's going to form in a fashion like this. And it's only 150 hours out, so I thought it would bear watching. But if that high pressure can stay there, maybe, it would keep the system kind of trapped in this highly favorable environment. Let's see. Yes, so the environment is very favorable for development, and here's the map. Highly favorable is the orange here, some widespread reds as well, where this tropical system could form. Highly favorable conditions. So let's actually track this out. So it's not seeing much yet. Starting to see some blues coming together here. Precipitable water in millimeters. You can transfer to inches if you just type it in on Google or Bing. You can just transfer some of the inches. So about 50, 60, maybe a little bit more. 60 millimeters of precipitable water. And then right there, right at hour 150, we start to see some deeper blues. And the cyclonic vorticities are showing a decently strong storm, maybe a weak tropical storm with 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. But I just don't see the circular flow. I don't see the isobars really coming together that much either. I mean, you do have this is your low pressure area right here where the winds are kind of spinning around, and you got your moisture out ahead of it, but not too organized so far. But if we look at the winds with the system, let's see. We have about, so 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. And again, there's your surface low right there. So we'll see how it all plays out. But I do think that the winds could potentially be decently strong. And this is why this caught my eye. Okay, what we had back in June 1st through June 3rd, we actually had, oh wait, no, sorry, no, it was May 1st to May 3rd. It was the start of May, I believe. Was it start of May or started? I can't quite remember. But there was a little system that actually formed out here. Oh yeah, it was. It was definitely May 1st through 3rd. We had a system that formed in here. It wasn't an invest. It was like a tropical disturbance, but it never formed. But here it is. I started to see some reds on the MSLP, and that's why that kind of caught my eye. But you can see a little dip here, maybe a little low trying to form. But we have a big ridge off to the east here, so it's gonna help to kind of pull it up. Not along the coast, but definitely near the coast. Okie dokie, let me actually show you the 850 millibar cyclonic vortices and the 500 millibar. The 500 millibar will more so tell you the steering flow. But here's the 850 millibar, the cyclonic vortices, and there it is. Pretty, it's not a well-defined center, but we do have a little dip, a little trough, help to kind of feed net low, cut down on the MSLP anomalies, maybe help for that storm to form. By the way, they did take away the FV3 GFS. I'm sure you're familiar with that if you're a meteorologist like myself. Okay, there was some kind of update where GFS looks like the new FV3 GFS. I don't know. I'm not quite familiar with that, but yeah. So FV3 GFS is gone if you do go click on this. So Euromodel's not saying much. What they are actually saying is a little tropical system forming right here. Like a little invest forming, pushing through northeastern Florida, and then weakening kind of sort of it parallels the Carolina coast, and then heads up towards Delaware and the cooler waters. But we'll see how it plays out that one. Again, many factors to consider, including wind shear. And around that high pressure, actually, it's not that much wind shear, but where it is steering those winds, because high pressure to the south, we're going to have those easterly winds. So because it's giving that steering flow, it increases the wind shear, but it'll also help to kind of push all the convective activity towards the western Gulf of Mexico, the Bay of Campeche, the Caribbean Sea. But Gulf of Mexico is a pretty high wind shear right now, but things will be turning favorable. The wind shear and the dry air is still stuck out there. This is that time of year. The dry air and wind shear is weakening out here in the Western Atlantic, pushing towards Africa, and it all gets squished in Africa. So basically, it's stuck with nowhere to go. So all that stuff, all the dry air wind shear is weakening, pushes towards Africa, and it's just going to stay there for a little while longer. And then towards July and August, things will become more favorable for tropical systems to form off the coast of Africa as well. Dry air right now, nothing too bad. I don't see any dry air to really talk about. But look at this. We have this lovely, or not lovely, but very neatly organized storm. You have like this, it looks like a hurricane. You got this nice wraparound flow. I just noticed this when I was setting up the video. You got this nice little wraparound flow of moisture on the eastern side, and a lovely dip of dry air on the western side. So, very neatly organized storm there pushing up the sea. I've never actually seen it quite organized like that. Usually I see like colder cloud types here, and then like not as colder cloud types here. It's like a more faint gray. But I actually see like rapid dry air and rapid moisture, and then you got the storm center there. So, that's really interesting. But, really the Bay of Campeche, Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean Sea, Western Atlantic, for the most part, the dry air is really cut down. So, the moisture that is there is kind of thriving in that little area there. Again, tropical intensity indexes off near Florida coast are highly favorable. And looking at the oceanic heat content between Belize, Mexico City, around there, between there and Cuba and the Dominican Republic, we have extreme oceanic heat content. That yellow stuff is really what you want to see. That the red is like that really deep moisture that we have in place. So, let's actually look at the satellite imagery. We do have clusters of showers and thunderstorms that are making their way off the coast of Africa right now, but I don't see it becoming too much of a problem. Again, since it's June, too much dry air, too much wind shear, still just not all of a favorable forecast. Okay, so PowerPoint presentation. Okay, I did not make this, but the NOAA did. So, what I want you to notice was the sea surface temperature anomalies. Okay, so Nino 1, 2, minus 0.4. That doesn't mean we're in a La Nina, because the one that determines that is mainly the Nino 3-4 region, which is 0.9, but that was updated like over 3 days ago. So, but right now it's actually around 0.6 with the latest update. So, let's actually go to the sea surface temperature done. Here we go. So the equatorial upper ocean heat anomalies. Okay, so like what I said earlier, the area like around mid-May, third week of May, we actually did drop slightly below zero in the anomalies. That doesn't mean we're in La Nina. It means we're like in like a neutral pattern. But around November and in the early April, we did see definitely a spike around 1.4, 1.6. Almost moderate range for El Nino. The last map that we had updated on this one was the 28th over here, and it just made a new map for the June 2nd, but you can see the blues here and the oranges here. But on the latest update, what we found, let's actually zoom out. So what we found in the latest update on June 2nd was we start to see the blues deepening, but we also start to see like the oranges kind of strengthen as well. We see more blue actually. We actually see more blue developing to the west as well. Say like out here. So it's something that we're gonna have to watch definitely. Okay, the blue area is growing, the orange area is growing. So sea surface temperature anomalies are definitely going on the downside a little bit. But something we have to keep an eye on, could definitely increase our chances for hurricanes. So here's my outlook. Let me just, it's actually not responding. Actually, while we're waiting for that, let's actually just go back. So here's a chart. So December, January, February, 0.8 El Nino. January, February, March, 0.8 El Nino. February, March, April, 0.8 El Nino. March, April, May, 0.8 El Nino. So yes, we've had 0.8 for the anomaly, so 0.8 degrees above average for four consecutive 3-month periods. So yeah, we're definitely stuck in an El Nino pattern. Now, could it be similar to 2015, 2016? It could be similar in 2009. We could be like in a weak El Nino like this. except we're different from 2009 because we didn't start in a La Nina pattern. So I think we could have some decently strong hurricanes. You're always going to have that storm, that one storm to remember. Okay, I didn't think that the 2018 season was going to be that bad. And here comes Florence, here comes Michael, and then it was like people may have started the most destructive season ever. So here's my latest forecast. So I just updated this today. Average slightly above average. It really hasn't changed, but I did update this. 12 to 15 named storms. Before I said 12 to 14. Really, it's just kind of finding out more information. 4 to 8 hurricanes, potentially 2 to 3 hurricanes, or major hurricanes, with winds of greater than 111 miles an hour. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and tell other people to watch this video as well. Share it with them. And if you're telling other people to watch this video, please tell them to stick to the very end so you can see my own outlook as well. Thank you for watching. I am The Weather Dude, signing off. Till next time.